Gonna click that. All right, so let's start then. As always, we're going to start with gentle, I say gentle, march on the spot for me. I'm just going to move my screen. There we go. So, marching on the spot for me then. Nice and easy. At the minute, we won't do a sprint today. I'll leave sprint Thursday. You'll be pleased to know. Don't tell Ken. We'll tell Ken that we did a sprint. Perfect. All right. And if we can, you're going to stay marching. If you can do it, we're going to circle the shoulders back. So you're going to have to do two things at the same time. But obviously, if it's too much, stop the legs and just focus on the shoulders. All right. So you've got options there. You can either carry on doing both or just do the shoulders. Perfect. And change for me. We're going to go circle them forwards. Again, keep the march up if you can. If it's too much, take it out. Lovely. Awesome. Last one. Now, stop the legs and let's circle these arms. So nice big circles. Going back. Remember, allow the torso to go with you. Just increases that range of movement. There we go. Lovely. And then last one, change at the arms, go forwards for me. Reversing that circle again. Allow the torso to move. Don't stiffen it up. Perfect. Really stretch out those shoulders. And then we're going to go straight into a heel dig. So the heel down, I'll go to the side so you can see, heel down, toes point to the ceiling, and then the supporting leg, allow it to have a little bit of a dip, all right? So don't lock that knee, allow it to just go dip with you. Remember, by locking that knee, you're going to encourage injury, and I don't want that. Lovely, all right, from here, we're going to change the sequence. So you're going to do a single, and then two on the same leg. So single, single, and then double. Awesome. Single, single, and double. Single, single, and double. Two more. Single, single, double. Last one. Single, single, and double. Perfect. Right, keep the legs still. Bit wider for me, so just wider than the hips. Let's get those hands up, palms facing down. We're going to go into those torso twists. All right, so keep the hips staying forwards. It's the elbow that takes you round the back, and you're looking over that back shoulder. All right, so the hips stay still for me. It's just the torso warming up. Yeah, you've all got it. We're all doing it. Perfect. Change to something different. We're going to do our spotty dog. So those of you that have done this before, you're going to have your two arms forward and your leg goes back. You bring them all in and you change legs. All right? So it's always two arms and you're changing the legs. So if you're, what was I going to say? If you've done this before, then you can go faster. If you haven't done this before, then just take it nice and slow, all right? But as long as the arms go forward and that leg goes back, you've got it. So this is kind of your easy, medium version. To make it harder, we go to the side. Make it harder, you really push the leg further back, so that the front knee has a little bend in it, all right? So you can go into a bit of a lunge, doing your spotty dog. That's going to make it harder, or you stay normal sort of stage, just tapping the leg behind. So if you're sitting on a chair, this would be a good one to make sure you've got a chair that you can kick underneath, so you can still do the legs. If not, the leg can come forwards if you're sitting down. Perfect. All right, let's go into our hand to knee. So opposite hand touching the opposite knee. Now, this is where the bump band is not oh, someone's coming in. Let me just admit, John. So this is where my band's going to be restricting the height of my knee. So the higher you can get the knee up, the harder this is going to be. All right, but the key thing is the opposite hand is going to go to the opposite knee. So I would say I'm at a medium level. If my knee was higher, that would be a hard level. To make it even easier, take the legs wide, keep them on the ground, and the hand can just change knee to knee. All right, so that's your easy option for that. If not, get the leg high. Use a chair if you need to. Perfect. All right, last one we're going to do.
Yes, it is.
We're going to do our alternate toe touches. So again, the legs need to be wide for me. Go as far as you can that's comfortable. The distance you need, if you were to bend and lean on one side, as long as you can feel that hamstring stretching, you're at the correct width in legs. All right, so just make sure you can feel that stretch. And what you're going to do, you're going to take the opposite hand and you're going to go down, and the aim is you're trying to get to the foot. All right, so you're either going to touch the foot, the shin, or the knee. Okay, and then you're going to switch. And you're going to go to the other side. And you're going to keep switching between the two, encouraging that hamstring to stretch, looking down. So relax the neck, really open up that lower back. So it's a really good one for the hamstring. It's a really nice one to stretch out the back. Really think about flexibility. If going to the foot is too hard, you bring it up to the shin or to the knee. Lovely. Do one more for me now. Come to the centre. Slowly roll up through the spine. Bring those legs in. Everyone's with me. Awesome. All right, let's do our first one. We have to come back to January doing our arm sequence. So we're going to start by, I think we did this before, hands out to the side for me, and we're going to cross down to shoulders. Cross down, shoulders. Perfect. So really important here is if I turn to the side, if you are going too far back, your chest will start to push forward and there's going to be an arch in the back. So I don't want that. So you need to make sure that you have your arms so the back stays nice and straight for me. Okay, so just monitor that. You should be able to see your hands in your peripheral vision. Okay, so if you can't see your hands when they're out to the side, bring them in a little bit. Perfect. Okay, change now. We're going to go up the ceiling and out. So cross up and shoulders. Up, shoulders. Perfect. So stay shoulder height for me. There we go. We've got it. So if you really want to make it harder, add some weight. But this gets harder quite quickly. So don't push yourself too much. All right, now let's do one of each. So you're going to go down, shoulders, up, shoulders, down, shoulders, up, shoulders. Perfect, there we go. You've not lost your rhythm, guys. We're all good. There we go. Up, shoulders, down, shoulders. Fantastic. And last one to the shoulders, last one up. Bring them back. Now, everyone come into like a strong man position for me. And I want you to open, no, close and open. So close, open, close, open. So again, keep the elbows up at shoulder height if you can. If it's too hard, dip the shoulders and just bring them in front. And again, even easier, you can keep them really low, okay? Again, watch that back. Don't let the back arch. You want to keep it nice, straight back. Sit on a chair. It might be easier for you to keep that back nice and straight. Lovely. Now, you're going to do one of each. So if everyone closes for me, you're going to open one arm and close, and then open the other arm and close. Open, close. Open, close. So the arm that you're not moving stays in front of you. We could be, what's that Madonna song that she does this? Vogue, that's it. We could be in that music video. There we go. Last one, drop the arms. Just roll the shoulders back if it's kind of a bit irritable. We've not done anything like that in a while. We seem to be all good. All right, from here, let's go into our leg curls. So leg curls are mean we're going to get that heel up to that glute. All right, so we're kicking behind us, really trying to aim to get that heel kicking the back. Again, if you're on a chair, just make sure that you can kick underneath that chair, okay? So really important to figure out the best chair that you're going to use for you to do this. If you can't kick behind you, kick out in front, okay? Just take it in front, it doesn't matter. Awesome. Okay, we've got this pattern. So, make it harder. We're going to pin in those elbows to our sort of rib cage, and every time the leg comes up, the arms are going to come up. So we're going to do our bicep curls here. We said bicycle, we're not doing bicycle, bicep. And again, if you want to grab some weights to hold in those arms, you can. We've just done a lot of arms, so you might not need it. Lovely. Now, from here, I'm going to test you in your opposites, all right? So I'm probably going to hear a groan, because none of you like doing your opposites, but you have to. So, all come back to standing. Now, what you're going to do, when you lift up that opposite leg, I want the opposite arm to come up, and then you're going to change, okay? So, join in when you're ready. Get the balance, get the pattern. It's the opposite arm working with the opposite leg. And this might be hard for some. It might come naturally to some. All right, it all depends on your coordination. But remember, the Parkinson's does attack these pathways of play. So, from here, we're going to change it again, and we're going to take it into the same arm, same leg. So you're going to reach up, same arm, same leg. You need to stop and think about it and process it, that's fine, but just come back in using the same arm and same leg. And let's face it, most of your Zoom videos are all from the waist up, so I actually can't see what leg you're using, so to me, you're all doing it right. Perfect. All right, and 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Just, if that's causing tension in the hips or any sort of pain, walk through the heels and it release that tension there. All right, so that's a really good one to release. Now, the next one we're going to do, you know what? We're going to do some wall push. So, in your room, you need to find a sturdy wall or a door that you're going to lean on. So what you're going to do is 2 hands are going to go on, all right, and you're going to do what we call a wall push here. So just find something that's steady. If you're going to use a door, make sure no one's going to open it from the other side, because obviously you'll then fall in.
So you need to
So, A bit of technique before we start, which is really important. With your hands on the wall, you need to make sure that they're in line with your shoulder, okay? So they're not all the way up here, they're not down here. So it needs to be nice and in line with your shoulders. And then when we go down, the elbows point down to the floor, okay? So they're not going out to the side, they're going down towards the floor. I'm going to move my screen so you can see my feet, because my feet start flat on the floor, but as I go down, they slightly come off. So the heels slightly come off the floor. And that's okay, because that's just going to give you an increased kind of push. So I can't obviously get very low, and I've got extra weight to push back up, although you all might have a nice Christmas pudding like me. So just be careful how far you go down. Don't strain that back. The body needs to be nice and in line for me. And we're going to do 15, okay? So 3, 2, 1. You go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last one, 15. Now take the hands away from the wall. Again, roll the shoulders back if you need to. You need to stretch out, you stretch out those arms. You do what you need to do. And then when you're ready, come back into the centre. Just going to move that screen a little bit. And you're going to do our lovely punches. So we're going to start with a guard up for me. Always keep that guard up. And you're going to start with a hook. So hook it in front. Now, if you can, as we're hooking, I want you to shift your weight from side to side, which means the kind of the heel that you're leaning, that heel can come off the floor. Then as you change sides, again, lift the heel. So really think about, yes, we're hooking, the strength is from that shoulder, but really start to shift the weight from side to side. So you're not here and static, we're shifting. Awesome. Everyone's going from side to side, so that's good. If you're on the chair, again, remember, you can still shift that weight from side to side. Now change the punch and give me a jab. Jab going forwards. Again, weight side to side. Keep shifting. And remember, these punches are just above the eye line. Okay, so they're not punching directly in front of you like this. Wherever you're looking, just punch it just above that eye line. And again, you'll feel that difference in technique, I promise. And again, keep shifting the weight from side to side. Lovely. All right, last one. Bring that down, shake off the legs, shake off the arms if you need to. We're going to turn it into a little sequence. So you're going to do a hook, hook, jab, jab, and kick. All right? And the next time you do it, hook, hook, jab, jab, change the leg that you kick on. All right? So you're always changing the legs. Now, if a kick is too much, you take it into a heel dig. Okay, you can keep that foot on the floor. All right, so there's the easy option there. I can't get my leg very high with this band in the way, so I want to see all of your karate kicks. So here we go. You've got hook, hook, jab, jab, give it a kick. Again, and hook, hook, jab, jab, and kick. Again, hook, hook, jab, jab, and kick. Awesome. Hook, hook, jab, jab and kick. 2 more. Hook, hook, jab, jab and kick. Last one. And hook, hook, jab, jab and kick. Oh, I got the kick there as well. Right, your last last thing we're going to do, I think Baby likes doing those. We're going to, of course, finish with this section of the class, doing our squats. So, are you ready? 5 normal squats to begin with. Here we go. I'm bracing myself, let alone you. Here we go. Down we go. And up. Again, dip it down and up. That's 3. 2 more. 2. Last one. Now we're going to go back down and pulse. So small pulses. You're not coming up all the way to the top. You're staying halfway. Small pulses. Chest stays up for me, so don't hunch. Chest up. And again, up you come. So we go back down and pulse again. When you think it's over, it's not. Awesome. Keep pulsing, keep pulsing, keep pulsing. And up. Last time. Down. Come on, pulse. Small pulses. If you can get a little bit further, get a little bit further. Let's push ourselves. And 3, 2, 1. Up. Give those legs a shake. All right, let's have a little quick drink break. That'll be nice. It is the first one back. So have a little quick drink. Just make sure everyone's all right. No one's killed over me on the first session. That'd be a bit embarrassing. Lovely. You know what? You're all looking pretty good shape. I think I'm the one that's put on the most weight.
Feel like it. I think you need your glasses tested.
Well, I can't see. Everyone seems to be doing very well, so I'm impressed. It's just me with a Christmas pud. Lovely. Although Barbara looks very chilled on your Barbara, you look very chilled on your sofa there. I don't know if I've sent you to sleep. Okay, I think we've all had a drink. We're all good. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll go into more of the Pilates stuff that we do. So we'll do a few bit of the stretching. So definitely stretching the back. So again, if you do have any back niggles, just be careful on how much you push yourself. And then we will be doing some bits on one leg. So if you do feel like you need a chair, or if you're in your kitchen, you kind of sideboard something to just hold on to, then please do. But I think if you've all come to that Pilates session on Zoom before, it should all be quite similar. So you shouldn't be nothing too new anyway. So let's just begin with what we're going to do. It's similar to our torso twists that we did in the beginning. So have the legs a little bit wider than your hips, but put your hands in prayer position for me. So we're here. Now in prayer position, people can get a bit sloppy. You need to push the hands together at all times, which creates the elbows to come up. So if you stop that pressure, the elbows naturally sink. So the more you can interact and push the hands together, you're going to be working the arms without even knowing it. Okay, so push them together. And you're going to do a torso twist like we did, but you might find doing it this way, you won't get as far round. So again, we'll go and twist it, using the hands, push, 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 side to side, but the hips stay where they are. It is just your torso that is going from side to side. All right, so again, don't get too concerned if you can't get round as far as what you did in the warm-up, because the hands are in a different position. We're causing resistance in the hands. All right, so don't get too concerned. I promise you it's normal. So when we're here, I want you to think about the breath, okay? So as you breathe in, change to come to the middle. As you breathe out, you go into the different side. So it's really key to use your breath. And that's going to help you with this. Now, one more each side for me. And then I want you to take the hands away and go to the side. Now twist, but allow the hips to turn with you. All right, so the hips are allowed to fold. You can now get even further around, looking over that back shoulder. And what will happen is the arms will naturally wrap around the body as you twist, which is normal. Right, and actually, I encourage the arms to wrap because then you can get a little bit further round. Perfect. We're going to do 2 more on each side, and then you're going to come to the centre for me, and what I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. But what I'd like you to do is one hand is going to push back, so the palm is facing out. The other hand, the palm is facing towards me, and it's going up. Right, so we've got a push happening down here, and the arm is reaching above the head. And then change. So again, hand pushes out, the other is above your head. And again, you're using your breath to change. So you might not be going at the same speed as me because everyone breathes at a slightly different rate and pace. So as you breathe in, start to change the arms. As you breathe out, that's when you go into the stretch. Okay? So breathe in to change the arms. Breathe out as you stretch. So again, don't get concerned if you're at a different speed to me, because we all breathe at a slightly different pace. Lovely, I want you to do a few more. We're going to do some more squats, I'm afraid, as well. Whoops. Lovely. All right, do 1 more here. And then what we need to do is bring both arms down. Now, in these squats, they're going to be slightly different. So, in the first half of the class, we do the squats where the hips come out and we sink down as if we're about to sit on a chair. With these squats, they're called ballet squats, and I want you to squat down, but you don't stick the hips out. You go straight down, and then you come back up. Okay, so they're ballet squats in the sense that the hips do not stick out. So they're harder, but they're good for the quads. All right, so if you're finding that you're sticking the bum out, you've got to push it in. All right, so again, just dipping the knees up and down. That's all it is, I promise. Again, go at your own speed. Now, to add to this, as you go down, I want the arms to come up. As you push up, the arms come down. So you go up, as you push, we've got it. So as you go down, arms come up, push up, arms come down. Remember, do not stick those hips out. Keep it nice and straight. Perfect. Now, changing it again slightly. So, I'll turn to the side so you can see. So you're going to come down here. As you come to push, I want you to come up onto your tiptoes. Put the heels down, then go back into that squat. Push up onto tiptoes, push up onto tiptoes, and then come down. Alright, so you've got a ballet squat, tiptoes, feet down. Alright, so it's a nice sequence for those muscles, for the coordination, for your balance. Again, use your breath. Alright, so you need to think about breathe out as you go down. Breathe in to push. Lovely. Few more for me. Sorry, something the dog off. There you. Lovely. A few more. Put me off now with noodle. Last one. I've forgotten how many we've done. Last one. Now stay up on your tiptoes. So if you need to grab, not a dog, if you need to grab a chair to help, or lean on a wall, then do. But I want you to stay up on your tiptoes if you can. From here, now I'm not going to make you do it out loud because Zoom will go a bit crazy. But in your head, I want you to think of the number 10, and I want you to count down in twos backwards. Okay? So what I'm asking you to do is, while you're on tiptoes, you've got another task that you're doing in your head. So start at 10, count down in twos, and then count back up in twos to 10. And keep repeating that pattern. I'll be quiet so you can concentrate. Once you've gone down, and once you've gone back up, come down from your tiptoes. If the calves are hurting, just release by walking through the heels. I think everyone's walking through, so you're all good. So that might sound silly, but the whole point of that is if you can do a task, so again, balance on tiptoes, if that's too easy for you, you need to do another task whilst you're doing that. So a really good one that you can do at home is whilst you're making a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, do it on tiptoes. Okay, so you've got to get your milk, get your sugar, whatever you have, and you'll start to notice that actually that task becomes a bit difficult because the brain's also doing something else. So that's the top tip today. All right, this is where you're going to need a chair if that's going to make you feel more comfortable balancing on one leg. Okay, so that's your word of warning. And what I might do actually, for those of you that are on a chair, I'll show you on one leg doing it standing, and then I'll sit down and show you the other leg sitting. All right, so I can give alternate choices. So choose now if you're going to stay standing or if you're going to sit. All right, so you're not going to jump up and forth, but I will make sure I give you those options. So the first thing we're going to do, just bring up one leg for me. We're going to work ankle, and I want you to circle the ankle round. Okay, so the first thing is nice and easy. Circle the ankle round. If circling the ankle is too hard, then you can point and flex the foot instead. All right, so again, a couple of options for you. And then if you can change direction for me in that circle, do. Again, if you want to stay doing that point and flex, then again, that's absolutely fine. Lovely. So start nice and easy always. So, pop that leg down. I'm going to sit down to show you it on the chair. Stay standing, change leg, and again, lift it up. And, circle the ankle round. So again, if it's too difficult, point and flex that foot, or circle. So the choice is yours. And then change direction for me. Go the other way. Perfect. All right, pop that leg down. The next leg, or the other leg, should I say. You're going to, again, bring it up at a 90 degrees. I'm actually going to turn so you can see it sideways. All the movement is going to come from the knee. So the hips stay still, the upper body stays still, the quads are staying still. It's just the knee below, and you're swinging the leg forward and back, but it's coming from the knee. All right, so if it came from the hip, the whole leg would move, okay? That's not what I'm after. I'm after for the knee to be moving it. And this is where you're going to build up that protective tissue and muscle around the knee. All right, so a lot of us have weaknesses in the knee. It tends to be the first joint that goes. So this is a really good one to build up that muscle to protect it. So again, if you can do this, oh, that would be a challenge. You could do this and on tiptoes and make a cup of tea. That would be very impressive. There's a challenge. Film it and let me know. Lovely. So again, you might start to find that knee's going to start to ache. You might find that your supporting leg is starting to ache. That means you're not bending that supporting knee. Okay, so again, don't lock that knee. Allow a bit of a bend. There we go. All right, pop that leg down. You're going to switch to the other leg. So if I was on the chair, you guys stay standing. If you're standing, pick up that other leg. Again, comes from the knee, and you're going to swing it back and forward. Keep the hips still, the torso still. If you are on the chair and it's a struggle to keep that leg up, you can help yourself by hooking underneath the thigh, and then you can swing the leg back. So that just takes a bit of pressure off holding up that knee, all right? So if you find that a bit difficult, that's kind of an easy option there, all right? Everyone looks like they're good. Remember, if you're standing, that supporting leg, keep that knee slightly bent, okay? Don't lock it. Keep it just a slight bend. Think of it as your suspension. Perfect. Now pop that leg down. We're changing legs again. This one I think we've done before as well is to open up the gates. All right, so you're going to lift up the knee and you're going to circle the leg all the way around. So it's the hip that's circling. All right, so nice big circles. If you can, try not to put the foot on the floor. So if I go back a little bit, you should be able to see that my foot doesn't actually touch the floor. It's a continuous circle, all coming from the hip. Now, to make it easier, lower the knee. To make it even easier, put the leg on the floor, bend the knee, and just twist it in and out. And that will still work the hip, but it's just a slightly easier version. Change direction for me, so take that circle the other way. So remember, once you do it one way, you always have to work the reverse muscles. And again, it's a really good one for the hip. We always forget about that muscle and the joint. Again, it's going to probably start to ache, and that is completely normal. Perfect. Pop it down again. Walk through those heels if you need to release that tension. Stay standing. You're going to go on the other leg. If you're sitting, I'll show you sitting. So lift up that leg and make those circles round for me using the hip. Remember your different options. You can keep that knee nice and high, and that's going to really work it. Keep that knee low, or foot on the floor, and you just twist that knee in and out. If you're on the chair and you need to, remember you can use the hands to help. Everyone now reverse that circle. Let's go the other way. So again, on the chair, you can use those hands just to get the pressure off those muscles. Lovely. Perfect. Pop that leg down. The last one we're going to do, the last changeover, is you're going to bring up the leg at 90 degrees if you can. Okay, so this is your harder option. Take it lower if you need to. You're going to open up, okay, again from the hip, and then close. So I don't want this, right? That's the body working. It needs to be from the hip only. You open and close. So as you close, the knee might slightly go across the other leg, which is fine. If it does that, it's just because you've got a big flexibility in the hip. Some people will be quite small, so it'll just be here, and that's fine. So it's all about your flexibility in that joint. But as long as you're opening and closing, you're working. And it feels a bit weird at first, but you'll know when it's working because it hurts. Lovely. And pop that leg down. Other side. Last time. I'll do it on the chair. Those that need, so it takes me long to sit down. Sorry, guys. Lift up that leg. You're going to open and close. Remember, from the hip, keep that torso nice and still for me. Just working those lovely hips. Again, if you're on the chair, hands underneath the thigh. If you need that extra support, that extra help, and that's absolutely fine. There we go. We've all got it. And last one, pop those legs down. Remember, walk through the hips. Walk through the hips. Walk through the heels, if needs be, to release that tension. Right, we're going to come on to our lovely stretches. So the first one I want you to do is we're going to work the back first. So if you pop your hands behind you, they're going to go on the small of your back. So if I turn, the hands are just on the small of the back, the lower part. And the whole point of this is you're going to squeeze the elbows together, right? They're not going to be able to get together, that would be insane. But the whole point is you want to squeeze them together, close off that gap, which will help push the chest out, and it's going to arch that back. Really nice stretch here. The baby doesn't think so. Perfect. Now we're going to reverse this stretch and turn to the side again. So to reverse it, the hands are going to come forward. You're going to interlock the fingers if you can. You're going to push the hands away, so nice straight arms for me, and then just drop the chin to chest and hunch the shoulders, okay? This is the only time I ask you to hunch your shoulders. So hunch the shoulders and really kind of change that curve in the spine. Perfect. Have a little look. You're doing good. Now change again. So hands onto the back. Squeeze them together. Push that chest out. Change that curve in the spine. There we go. If you can, and if you feel secure in your balance, you can slightly look up to the ceiling. Now, this can make some people feel a little bit wobbly, so just be careful. If you look up to the ceiling, it will increase that curve in the spine. And then last one, when we change again, so let's interlock those fingers, push them away, and then drop the chin to chest, hunch those shoulders. Curve that spine. Lovely. And release the hands for me. Now, everyone, grab your chair. We're going to take a seat. We're going to do some stretches on the chair for me. First, what I want you to do, I might actually tried it in the bump band, so we'll see if I can do it. If not, I'll talk you through. So the first thing I want you to do is everyone put your legs out in front of you. The feet need to be flat on the floor, which might mean there's a little bend in the knees, which is fine. Okay, I'm not looking for straight legs. I'm looking for legs out in front, feet flat on the floor. Hands up the top of the thigh, and you're going to slowly push the hands down, and as they go down, you're going to go down with, that's as far as I can go, but you're going to try, that's Ruth's doing it, look at Ruth's screen. You're going to try and get the hands down to the feet, relax the head over. It's a bit embarrassing, you lot are more flexible than me now, and then slowly come up through that spine, so make sure the head's the last thing to come up. There we go. Now we're going to reverse this stretch. So this time, heels are on the floor and your toes need to be pointing to the ceiling. Right, so it's like that heel dig that we did. So heels down, toes point up. At the same thing, hands at the top. You're going to go down towards the feet, and what you're trying to do is hook the hands over the thighs, which again I can't do. So hooking the hands over the toes. If that is too easy, you're going to try and put the hands behind the feet. But I can't. You all are lower than me, so it's fine. And then slowly come up through the spine, move through your head. The last thing. Awesome. All right, from here, you're gonna now 3 different stages here. So again, depends on your flexibility. The easiest stage, you're gonna have your ankle over ankle. Hardest stage, you're gonna have the knee over knee. Hardest stage, you're gonna have the ankle over the knee. Okay, so you choose which one's more comfortable for you. And now we're going to work that stretch from the hips, and it's going to come down to the thighs. So you're going to have your hands. Now, if you're in this position, you'll find it easier to have the hands over that leg. And then you're just going to lean over, and it's your weight that's going to increase this stretch. All right, so we're leaning over that leg, drop the head, relax it all down, and flop over. Stay there. I'm just going to change. If you're in this position, knee over knee, again, you're just flopping over. And if you're crossing ankle to ankle, again, you're flopping over as well. Okay, so it's still using that sense of leaning over. You're all further down than me again. All right, and come back up. So same thing, but changing legs for me. So again, think about what position you were just in and mimic it on the other side. Again, hands on their leg if you can, and then use your weight, use your torso to lean over. You should feel that stretch coming from the hip, and it will work its way down the thigh, depending on how much you can lean over, depends on the intensity of that stretch. Lovely. And then coming up from me nice and slow, dropping the legs. We're going to work on those arms. So we're going to have one arm in front of the body, and you're going to use the other hand to bring it further in. So that stretch should be coming down from the shoulder into the back. I'm just going to move my screen ever so slightly. You guys stay where you are. Perfect. And then change for me. So the other side, pull it in. The sun's come out now, so I look like I'm in a halo on my screen. Lovely. And then reversing this stretch. So you're going to have that hand up on the shoulder for me. So behind, and then onto the elbow, and you're going to really push that elbow back. And that stretch should again be coming down the side. There we go, you've all got it. So remember, flexibility might be different, so your elbow might be here, but as long as you can feel that stretch going down the side, you're working. And then let's change arms. So again, up, behind, so on the back of the shoulder, hand onto the elbow, pull it back, nice big stretch. There you go, and then pop those arms down. We're going to work on that neck and the head. So looking from one side for me, then you're going to change and you're going to look the other way. And then change again for me, looking the other side. And then final time, change. And then this time, come to center for me and then look up to that ceiling. And then you're going to change and you're going to look all the way down to the floor. And then change again, coming up to that ceiling. And then dropping that head down. And then from here, you're going to do 2 big head circles. So you're going to take that head all the way around in a big circle. You're going to do 2 going one way, Nice and slow, do not rush, don't get dizzy. And then once you've done 2 going one way, you're going to change. You're going to do 2 going the other way. Again, don't rush. You might feel your cracks and your bumps as you go round. And then once you've done those 2, make sure you bring that head to centre. Perfect. And then we're going to finish with our hands. So we've done this before, so your hand needs to be nice and flat. I'll do it to the side so you can see. So hand nice and flat for me. The other hand goes onto the fingers and you're going to push down. Okay, so you're going to stretch in the wrist and the fingers. Perfect. And then you're going to change the other hand. Nice and flat onto those fingers, push down. There we go. I'm going to change again. So I'm going to do 1 more on each side. So push the hands down. Lovely. And then change 1 more time. And so if you want to do this again in your own time, you can increase this. So we're doing all the fingers at once. You can do 1 finger at a time and really stretch out each one. So you can turn this into what you want. Lovely. Oh, someone just got a breaking news. Lovely. So, I think that wasn't too. I think that was all right. That wasn't too hard to come back to on a Monday. So let me just check. So Thursdays are going to be our normal exercise class. Again, starting at 2 o'clock, and then Monday, so a week today, we'll go back into our dance and movement, and I think it's chair yoga next Monday. Yeah, I'm sure it is. So that'll be a nice easy one next week as well. So it won't be, we'll come back to January nice and calm before we get going. So Thursday, 2 o'clock exercise, and then next Monday we've got our chair yoga. All right.
Thank you, Hannah.
No problem. I shall see you all soon. If I see you on Thursday, see you on Thursday. If not, have a lovely week, everybody.
Hannah.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.